Welcome to the In Real Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, a preview of our upcoming trip to Granbury, Texas, and the Lone Star Street Rod Association State Run. In Jeff's car culture this morning, we are going to have abandoned car factories that still hold secrets. Shh. And Mars has some day tripper destinations here in the Houston area. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We always need more Jeff Seekin. David Ainsley is snoozing this morning with his cup of coffee and his cat, Larry. I'm Don Armstrong. So glad that you could join us today for our live program. If you're watching, listening, viewing, being part of a podcast, well, welcome to you, and we thank you very much. So let's get things underway, shall we? Got a great show lined up for you today. By the way, I'm going to review the Kia K4 later on today, and I bring that up because it's very different, and I really liked it. It's kind of like, you know what a saloon is? A car labeled a saloon. It's kind of like a station wagon, and that's a European flair term that is used. Anyway, this is a saloon, so think of it as a small SUV that sits lower to the ground and a station wagon combined. It's very cool. I think that you'll really enjoy it. That's coming up in our last hour. So let's get moving, shall we? Right now, we're going to bring in Tammy Dooley with the Convention and Visitors Bureau, Granbury, Texas, USA. Tammy, good morning. It's so good to see you.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Well, we're off to a good start.
Tammy, you're muted on your end.
Tammy is muted on her end.
Okay. How about that?
There you are.
There you go.
There you go. So
it's
I guess
good to see you.
Yes. So I guess that your husband goes by another name called Tom.
He does. It's Mike.
I know it's Mike, but I like the Tom. Of course, I'm telling you my age by even bringing that up. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley.
There you go.
Mr. Mars, why are you? What? Mr. Mars is flip-flopping all sorts of stuff on there.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I'm shuffling. I'm putting her stage center.
Yeah, shuffling cards. Tammy Dooley, golly, it's really great to see you. I know that this is the busiest Convention and Visitors Bureau woman on earth. She has grown the Granbury area in population tenfold since she came on board.
Has to be.
Well, be careful saying that because there are a lot of people that agree with that, and they may not be so happy about it.
Well, I think that the growth that we're talking about happens in the downtown area and where visitors come to visit, not necessarily the people that go, man, I sure like this. Let's move here. Mm-hmm. Not those folks.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you for saying so. Granbury is doing really well right now, and we've had a lot of national recognition, so we're very proud.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I saw a TV show, ran across something about some sort of cemetery or something you guys got going up there and giving tours and stuff. What is that?
Yes, we do. The Granbury City Cemetery has a lot of famous people there. And people who like that sort of thing love to come to our cemetery. We have, the rumor is Jesse James is buried there. And of course, General Granbury is buried there. And
Wait a minute. Jesse James is buried there with a question mark.
Well, we believe he's buried there, and most people believe he's buried there, but there is a lot of history involved in that. And years ago, they had permission to exhume his body, and they did, but they accidentally exhumed the wrong body.
Oh.
And next to it. And so it wasn't proven indefinitely, but the descendants of the family believe he's buried here. So it's a great folklore for our community. And, I'm a tourism director, so I'm going with it, right?
Yeah, exactly. So when they reburied him, did they rebury him in the same hole?
Yes.
Wow.
Or whoever it is that they dug up.
Yeah.
Evidently, there are a lot of laws involved in that. You just don't go digging people up and doing DNA tests.
Sure, was it Rick James?
So
Sure, was it Rick James?
Maybe it was Rick James.
Oh, Rick James. Yes. Well, we would claim him too.
Oh my golly!
People are dying to get in there. I'm telling you.
They most definitely are. So you got the Lone Star Street Rod Association gang coming back up there,
Okay.
and I say that tongue in cheek because, listen, it's a mixture of cars and people that come with the cars, or vice versa, and it really brings a different flair to what I think mostly happens in Granbury. You got a beautiful lake there, and
Oh, yeah.
a lot of lake activities and places to eat and entertainment and that sort of stuff. But when you get a bunch of hot rod guys together, it's a whole different thing.
And the stories start flying. The stories are for everything.
Yes, and they are so welcome. We do so many events, but I have to say, I probably shouldn't say they're our favorite, but they are our favorite. They've been here the longest, and uh, you know, we just embrace them. The community expects them every year, looks forward to them every year, and so they can just do what they want. We just take care of them.
Well, the one nice thing about it is you don't have a lot of arrests for burnouts and intersection takeovers and that sort of thing with these
nothing like
guys. I mean, they'd like to, and they have it in them, and they got the cars to do it, but they kind of behave themselves for the most part.
Sure.
They do, and they
Until we
leave
get there.
a lot of economic impact in our community, and that is what we're all about. So we just embrace them every year and look forward to it. This is their 52nd, I believe, state run. They've been in Granbury about 12 years, I think.
Yeah. Well, we got involved. This will be our fourth or fifth year, Tammy?
Yes, I think so. If you remember, I had a grandbaby a couple of years ago, and on this event weekend, and I did the interview with you all and then ran to Angel Fire. And so it falls on that anniversary every year. But I will be here welcoming you guys this year.
Great. And is your husband going to bother us as he normally does?
He had his moment of fame. That's it. That's all.
Just 15 minutes are up.
I'll tell you what, we enjoy having him come along for the ride as well. He is an asset to your party up there, if you want to call it that, with the Convention and Visitors Bureau. And he is one of those kind of guys that kind of like Leanne Morgan's husband, Chuck.
Oh, yeah. Always talked about, but you never see him.
Well, you do see him every once in a while. Yeah. It's one of those kind of things. Yeah, exactly.
And he's the nucleus of all the talk.
So let's talk for a moment about the Lone Star Street Rod Association, what they call the state run, where they gather. Now, these cars mainly are resto mods for the most part, and they gather up in the park right there on the main drag through Granbury.
Beautiful park.
Yep. And what are the activities? When do they arrive, and what is there to do?
Well, they are like a well-oiled machine, I guess you could say. They start trickling in really Wednesday, Thursday. Most of them arrive Friday, and many of them stay at the Holiday Inn and the Hilton. But they do have hotels all over town. They have the convention center, so they check in there, and they have events planned. They have a full schedule. They do scavenger hunts. They play poker on the square. I'm not sure they're doing that this year because they change it up. One of my favorite things they do is they do a little parade with the cars to the nursing homes. Mm-hmm. And it's very emotional, and they sit outside and watch them, and they have all kind of activities under the pavilion. They have the car show. They do a lot of socializing. And I think Saturday morning we have donuts for them out there. So it's just great. You guys come in, do interviews on Saturday morning. So it's wonderful. They leave Sunday.
Yeah,
they leave Sunday.
You were talking about them doing down around town the square. Some of that's set up for the rest of the family that's there because it's a very family-oriented event. And so it's not necessarily the hot rodders, the guys, per se, going down and doing this, but it's for the rest of the family.
Right. The spouses that aren't involved, because they're here all weekend. So a lot of them on Friday and Saturday night will go to New Granbury Live or take in a show at the Opera House. And it's really fun for them. They love it here. They absolutely love coming to Granbury. So They're all over town having dinner, and of course, you know where they're at because they have these fabulous cars, and so you always know when they come in town. That's the most exciting thing is when they start arriving. It's like everybody knows something's going on, and then all of a sudden there's more cars and more cars. And
Well, let's see. There's a huge banner, I think, that goes across the gigantic
so,
road right by there. You can't really miss it, you know?
yes, the Lone Star Street Ride, and I tell you, those banners. We do so many events, but there's only so much space, and they are coveted to get a banner up there. And everybody, wants their event up there, and only certain people do. And we put that banner up for Lone Star Street Ride.
how many cars do you
okay.
anticipate this year, or is that a number that you look at?
I believe it's right around 200, and we do a lot of car shows, but this is the largest.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, so besides the cars and because all the people that are involved in the Lone Star Street Rod, there are things to do in Granbury besides going to the park and looking at the cars as well. Why don't you go over a few of those things?
Well, yesterday I had the privilege of welcoming a group here. It was the USS Scott Navy reunion. And they asked me, what is the one thing they should do before leaving Granbury? And I had to really think about it. But the first thing that comes to mind is literally going downtown, the downtown square, and just walking the square. The courthouse alone is probably the most photographed iconic sight to see. There's a South Thomas clock in the top that is hand wound. It's very rare. So I would encourage everyone to do that. And it was the first downtown square listed on the National Registry of Historic Places. The entire square is historic. So it's preserved. The buildings are amazing. The history is amazing. So, and then taking a show, the Opera House is spectacular, like nothing you've ever seen. It has been completely restored. The city restored that. So I would definitely do something at the Opera House if I could, or New Granbury Live, which is a music venue. It's billed as the most intimate venue in Texas. And you are up close and personal to either very good entertainment or tribute bands, and it's fabulous. And then so many winery restaurants, great restaurants on the square, and that just scratches the surface, all over Granbury. There's restaurants on the lake to go to, so it's really fun.
Their Fab Five played there recently.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. Let's talk about the lake for a second, because there's plenty to do there as well. As if you want, I think that there's even a tour that you can take if you want.
Well, we used to have a tiki cruise boat, and we do not have that anymore, but you can rent boats and go out on the lake. And we hope to have a new boat company in here pretty soon. But the lake itself is just beautiful. It's 29 miles long. So there are so many beautiful homes, and there are several restaurants, and anywhere you go in Granbury, you're crossing the lake. So it just creates a beautiful sight, and then it goes right through downtown.
Okay.
And you have fishing tournaments up there as well. I mean,
We
the
do,
lake's
yeah.
surprisingly big is what I'm getting at.
We do, and we have these fabulous public parks that you can bring your family to that are free. And so we have a lot of locations you can fish right there off piers. They're very clean. They're really, a lot of people want to hike and bike and fish and be outdoors. And there's a beautiful, several beautiful locations. And then we have a 3.5 mile hike and bike trail that actually goes right from the park where the Lone Star Street Ride will be behind the Hilton. And you can ride bicycles. You can go through Memorial Lane Park, and Memorial Lane is an unbelievable park to see, honoring all the branches of service and military and firefighters. So it makes for a wonderful walk or a day outside.
And back to the park, there's what I've noticed in the past 4 years, you get a lot of young families, you get a lot of strollers being pushed, you get a lot of toddlers all looking at the hot rods. There's things to do for those families. There's jungle gyms and swings and stuff like that within the park. So you got the cars, you got the kids playing out there, and again, you've got a lot of things to do. Vendors are there. We see the same vendors. The peanut vendors are there all the time. They're great people. So good stuff.
Good stuff. And if you love art, we do have a cultural district downtown that's fascinating. We have a new art trail brochure that you can pick up here at the visitor center. And you'll be amazed at how many public art pieces are on display. We have a park called Shanley Park right behind City Hall. And we have two pieces of art sculptures that were just unveiled probably not a year ago, and it's one of them was $750,000 donated to the city.
Wow.
And so you can see these art pieces. They are massive, they're beautiful, and you can spend a day looking at art in Granbury for free, or you can buy art. There's a lot of great galleries too.
Let me ask you just for a little quick change subject here. I want to get back to the cars for a second. What kind of car do you drive?
A BMW
A BMW?
SUV.
And what size engine does it have, and how many horsepower does it have?
I do not know. I have no idea. It's very cute. I can
It's a
tell
cute car.
There you go. That's all you need.
That's all that matters.
That's all we need to know
What
is
color?
that it's cute. Okay, so
It's dark gray.
next
It's dark gray.
time we talk to you, you're going to have that information. Don, I've got a 5-speed manual transmission, 300 horsepower, 2.7 liter inline 4-cylinder. It's great.
And
It's
I just tubbed it out.
and I just tubbed it out.
And
So you're going to
say
have all that
anything
information
you
for
want,
us.
because nobody's going to question it. So
I
feel free.
have no idea. I do know it does all kind of things that I have no idea how to use. It supposedly self-parks and does all kinds of stuff. I've never opened the manual, never cared to.
Okay, well, we know where you're coming from.
Perfect.
So I think that the next car you're going to get, let's see, what are we going to put her in? We're going to put you in a 1969 Cadillac Coupe de Ville.
Broham.
And a Broham. And so when you're in there, we'll school you on
Okay.
what's under the hood and all of the accoutrement that comes with the 69 Cadillac.
And you know what? There might be one there at the show.
Could be.
It could be.
And with the weather they have up there, it needs to be a Cadillac.
Yeah.
That way you can just drop the top.
Well, that's what I just
They
said.
just said that, yeah.
Oh.
Anything you school me on will be more than I know. I know nothing. I'm your worst customer here because I know nothing. As long
Listen,
as
I will give you this, that you know about cheat sheets, and we'll hand you one. And you'll be a quick school. Tammy, it's great to talk to you. Thanks so much for joining us. And we will see you in about 6 weeks.
Yeah, it's going to be
I'm
fun.
looking forward to it. Thank
All
you,
right.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. Hey, just ahead, Jeff's Car Culture, abandoned car factories that still hold secrets. And Mr. Mars has driving destinations in Houston. Imagine that. Right after this quick break here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Stay with us.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla. Eats pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and searching for a fun car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture, Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, so check us out.
You to join us 10 to noon Central Time every Saturday for our live show about all things automotive. We hope you'll get a whiff.
Yeah, there you go.
Thanks for being with us today. Time now here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show for Jeff's Car Culture. Not the Motor Minute, but the car culture. Abandoned car factories that still hold secrets.
Yeah,
Jeffrey.
the city of Detroit was once the beating heart of the global industry. In automotive industry, basically. The American automobile industry rapidly expanded in the early 1900s with Detroit as its epicenter. Millions of cars rolled out of the factories. The city rightfully earned the name Motor City. So here we go. The first one that's still in Detroit is the Packard Automotive Plant. Since the opening in 1903, the plant served as a manufacturing heart for the Packard Motor Company, producing some of America's most prestigious automobiles. During World War II, the facility joined forces with Rolls-Royce to manufacture 55,000 Rolls-Royce Merlin engines, which was on the Spitfire. The Packard Motor Company collapsed in the late 50s, which led to the closure of the automotive plant portion in 1956, leaving the location abandoned ever since. Deemed structurally unsafe for decades of neglect, the massive complex was partially demolished in 22 and in 24. Today, only fragments of the 3.5 million square foot factory remain. There's been movies actually made in that part of the dilapidated structure as well. So some of it is still viable. They've got the folks that go in there and skateboard and tag all the paint and stuff like that. So it's still around. The next one, this is kind of near and dear to my heart, the Fisher Body Plant 21. This is the old Fleetwood plant. I actually worked on the fourth floor there. If you look really close, you can see my parking spot right up front. Built in 1919, the 600,000 square foot Fisher Body Plant was designed to serve as key manufacturing site for General Motors. The plant closed in 1984 despite a short second life, with small businesses occupying the premises until 1993. The massive concrete structure was left abandoned for decades. According to the Urban Explorers, there we go, the rail system that transported vehicles within the factory is still left in place. After decades of neglect, the building is now fenced off and finally being revived through the Fisher 21 Lofts redevelopment program. So they're trying to do something with it back in that area.
Fisher Lofts.
Fisher Lofts.
Maybe that's what they need to do at the sugar factory in Sugar Land.
I thought that's
turn it into a loft.
I thought that's what they were kind of trying to do.
That's that's another story.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, the next one is the Highland Park Ford plant. This one's got a lot of history to it as well. It's one of Detroit's most significant factories in automotive history. It opened in 1910, designed by the same architect that designed the Packard building. The plant became the birthplace of the modern moving assembly line from Henry Ford, introduced in 1913. As the production of the Model T moved to a different factory, the Highland Park Ford plant transitioned into automotive trim manufacturing, truck and tractor production, as well as the production of tanks, aircraft, and certain parts in World War II. According to the Ford company, sold this historic Highland Park complex in 1981, but it continues to lease space for storage even today. So you probably got a little storage company working, and that's pretty good to keep it going. Last one we got, Michael, is the American Motors Detroit plant. We've covered all the manufacturers there. This one was built in 1927.
Wait a minute, I thought that they were up in Wisconsin.
This one was the original, built in 1927. Oh. It's a 2 million square foot industrial complex that serves as headquarters for American Motors, or AMC. The company first oversaw the development and production of appliances and focused exclusively on production of vehicles starting in 1960. Rambler, the Hornet, the Javelin, Gremlin, Pacer were some of the manufacturer's most popular models built in this factory. In the late 80s, Chrysler acquired... Yep.
Fishbowl.
Chrysler acquired the AMC to move as a move to let the complex being repurposed for Jeep and Truck Engineering Center. So there you go.
Well, that was interesting.
Yeah.
That's funny. Because I always thought that American Motors was Kenosha.
Yeah. Well, right. That's probably after that, because this was built early on. So, but again,
I was there for that.
They were making appliances first in this particular plant. So.
Appliances?
Appliances. That's what they were making, appliances first.
Like a Norge refrigerator.
A Norge, yeah. Or, something.
Frigidaire.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was. Nash.
Freezers.
Kenmore. It wasn't Kenmore. Somebody.
Mr. Morris, your volume is really low coming to us. Could you boost that up for a little bit?
I can absolutely do that, sir.
You'd think that it'd just be a knob that you could turn there. But anyway, all right, time now for Mars driving destinations, day tripping in Houston.
All righty, sir. You got this one, Jeff?
Yep.
All righty. So we're talking about day tripping in Houston, a lot of places you can go and do, but today we're talking about doing things, not just sitting around, but actually doing things. We're talking about playing. We're going to go playing. So we're going to start with the place that kind of sets the tone for what we're talking about, Cidercade, Houston. Now, this is a place where you pay one time, and then you have unlimited access. There's old school games like pinball machines. You got newer stuff like rhythm games. And you got everything in between with the videos. It's a lot loud. It's fun. And before you know it, you're going to be investing a lot of time trying to beat somebody else's high score because you can play as long as you want for the same price. Now, they also have artisan pizza. You got craft sodas, and they have adult ciders. Now, one thing
Craft ciders and adult ciders, Jeff.
I'm a pepperoni guy.
Craft sodas. So, but after 9 o'clock p.m., it's 18 and older only. So the kids, you got to take them during the day. If you want them there at night, not so much. So if you want something that's going to be a little bit different, now you can head over to Ready Go Amusement Arcade. Now this place is kind of like you stepped into another country, but it's in a good way. It's got a Japanese arcade vibe. There's over 50 machines that include the rhythm games, the skill-based stuff, claw machines that actually take some finesse because they've got some prizes in there besides just little stuffed dolls. They got
You
some
play
other
game
things
too
in there
long.
that make it worth time. So it's bright.
No more. You
Leave now.
You leave now. You eat too much.
30 minutes after you play the game, you got to play it again.
Well, and if you get tired of this place, then you can go around the corner over there where you've got Claw Mania Kingdom. It's the next place.
Oh, yeah.
Now, it sounds simple, and
Clawmania
it's basically
Kingdom.
all claw machines, but there's a ton of stuff in these claw machines that you can actually win, and that's actually got some value to it. And then you can also start trading up as you get something or you win something. You can actually trade up while you're there to get even bigger and better things. So that's another one that's close there. But here's the one I was saving for you, Don. If you're really ready to get something serious, go to battle axe throwing.
So you throw your old wife out there with battle axe?
Or maybe throw at her. I'm not sure. But anyway,
That's
throwing
against the
axe,
law.
and it's easy to do. I
You
mean,
stop
how hard
asking
is
me
it to throw an
questions
axe?
like that.
Axing me.
Don't ask me that
I'm
question.
going to axe another one.
So, and they actually have league play. They have tournaments. You can sign up for birthday parties if you want to go throw some axes.
What happened to bowling? Why can't we go bowling?
It's too simple.
It's too
Anybody
safe.
can do that. And the thing about this battle axe, if the axe is a little too much, you get tired of throwing the axe, you can start throwing knives. Or
Knives.
you can shoot archery. You can shoot some arrows at it.
I'd like to shoot. Well, never mind. Shoot the breeze.
Shoot the bird.
They got
Shoot the
food.
bird.
They got lots of food, so you can make it a date night if you want to, just to do something a little different. And you can get gift cards
Hey,
for that special person you want
for your
to get
birthday,
somebody different
darling,
for
let's go throw
birthday.
some axes. Let's go throw some knives.
Knives.
Let's go throw some
good.
knives.
All right,
Knife-
and then the
knife
last one I
throwing.
wanted to show you was the U.S. Golf and Games. Now, this is kind of old school Houston, but it's got air conditioning. Everything's air conditioned. It's got indoor mini golf. It's got batting cages. It's got a go-kart track that kind of goes outside, so it does get outside a little bit. And but it's also indoor. You got pool tables. You got electronic games. I mean, you got a lot of stuff in this
Where
one
are
place.
all these places? I'd never heard of these places. Are
Well,
they
that's because
downtown?
they're hidden gems. This one is at 10106 Thurman, which I have no idea where that is in Houston, but that's the address for it. A lot of them over there close to you, Don, on Bel Air Boulevard.
Well, I'm not in Bel Air anymore, so.
Well,
there
no,
you
not
go.
anymore. But anyway, these are some hidden gems that you can find in Houston to go play, to literally go and play.
All right. Well, we're going to play right on into a commercial here. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this. Stay with us.
Your car is a direct reflection of you, so don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your save-the-paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your cars finish without a full repaint. Searching for real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors, Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get it protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See the state-of-the-art shop yourself. Free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full-service luxury car care today and online at gcautoshield.com. Gift giving should be meaningful, and we have an idea. a hand-painted custom illustration of your car from one of the nation's leading artists. Now you can get one or a car show poster customized for you, a friend, or a loved one. Bill Seitz will be happy to guide you through the process. No matter what the day, birthday, anniversary, or any day, an Autographics custom illustration adds an extra touch of class to any home. Call Bill today, 832-922-0963. That's 832-922-0963.
From the Dual City Studios in Texas, USA, it's the award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, Ford Auto Tech Scholars at the Worth 400. That's the big NASCAR race up in Dallas-Fort Worth at the Texas Motor Speedway. Later, Jeff will have the cruise in and events calendars, and I'll bring you the stories making automotive news this week. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World, Mars. We have, as always, we need more Jeff Zekin. David Ainsley's listening and looking and going,
What the heck?
why am I wasting my time? And then there's me, Don Armstrong, and glad that you could join us today. We really appreciate that. It's a beautiful day. We have had a tremendous amount of rain in the Houston area yesterday in particular, and I'll tell you what, it was a gully washer.
Yeah, my rain gauge, I got about 1.5 inches at my place.
It was a real gully washer out there, and we didn't know what we were going to wind up being today, but it's a beautiful day here in the Houston, Texas area.
Yeah, sun shining, birds singing.
All right, Mr. Mars, do we have our guest?
Yes, we do.
All right.
Bring, both of them on right this minute.
All right, Jennifer Maher, CEO, Tech Force Foundation. She is with us along with Christian Fuhr, and he is an auto tech scholar. So let's get them. Jennifer, let's start with you first. Tell me about this scholarship thing that's going on behalf of Ford Motor Company.
Well, thank you. Yes, I'm with Tech Force Foundation and Ford Philanthropy, and the Ford dealers across the country collectively have donated over $11 million since 2023 to Tech Force, supporting students, about 2,200 students across 46 states, to be able to go get their technical education and become auto techs that our country really needs. I don't know about you, but if your car started today, thank a tech. Right, Christian?
That's right.
So, Christian, let's bring you in on this as well. Now, you're a scholar. How did you get the title of a scholar?
So I was at my job, and I had just started working for Ford, and my shop foreman asked if I wanted to go to college on, their behalf to get my certifications, and told me kind of what it was going to be about in the Tech Force Foundation. So I said sure, and I signed up, and I got an email, and it was the Tech Force, and I was honestly mind blown. It was like only a 3-day turnaround from signing up to whenever I had my help.
So, Christian, where are you? You in the Detroit area?
No, sir. I am in Dallas, Texas
In
area.
Dallas, okay. And so there lies the connection between tomorrow's big NASCAR race and Texas. I get it. Yeah. Well, that's great. So where were you working before you got the tap on the shoulder that says, hey, why don't you apply for this?
Before I was working at Quick Car. It's kind of a smaller lube shop for tires and oil changes and lighter mechanical work.
How did they learn about you?
Quick Car?
No,
The Ford
the
Foundation.
Ford Foundation.
Oh, I guess through my job, I left Quick Car to come work for Ford, and I had been here for 2 months, and then that's whenever my shop foreman asked if I wanted to go into college for the Tech Ford for the Ford
Ford
Asset
Philanthropy.
Program.
Yeah.
That's pretty fantastic. Now, where you are did they get a group of y'all together at the dealer and say this is what we're offering you as a program, or do they just single you out?
So initially I was the only person, um, but then there was a student who was in his second year of school that needed to go to a dealership, and so he ended up coming to our dealership. And then, as I'm about to complete my first year of school next week or 2 weeks from now, our dealership actually hired in 5 students to go to Asset this year.
Well, there you
Yeah.
go.
Oh, wow.
So
And I
now
mean,
we
I
have
think that's the beautiful part is Ford Philanthropy partners with TechForce. We're a national nonprofit. And so we work with the schools, the technical schools, community colleges, and then all those Ford dealerships. And through all that community outreach, whether it's people who are working at the dealerships, apprenticeships, it's students in high school who want to go on to a community college, often they just don't know how to do it or how to pay for it. And so by all this outreach, we're able to welcome people and say, let us help you. And that financial tuition, or maybe it covers costs of attendance, like transportation or credentialing fees. We tell people they can be anything they want in the world, but then we kind of throw them to the wind and expect them to figure it out.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
Christians to be approached and say, hey, we can actually help you connect these dots and get career ready. I mean,
Right.
these are high paid, high skilled, in demand jobs now. And we need people like Christian to kind of fill this whole technician shortage.
Christian, where are your goals from here? Now that you're in the system and you say you're going to be graduating pretty soon, what are your aspirations from this? What do you think
Oh,
that you would
goodness.
be best at in that dealer, or maybe starting your own?
Yeah, lifelong dream is to own my own shop, and it truly is difficult, being a mechanic. So I have been a mechanic now for about 7 years, six years ish. Um, but when I decided to come to Ford, I was not able to get into the main shop doing heavy line mechanic work like pulling out engines and
Hmm.
transmissions until I had my Ford certifications.
Right.
And so there's 2 different routes you can go with that. Stay working at the dealership, and every couple of months or something you might be able to get in line for a classroom that's free, and you just go and take your classroom, and now you have that certification. That path of being Ford Master Certified would take probably 4 to 5 years, if not longer. The other option is to go to college and to go to the asset program, which is offered by Ford, and that would only take 2 years, and you would be fully Ford Master Certified. So I chose the college path, but there is an amazing thing to that, which is there's absolutely no way I would have chosen that at all unless it was for the Ford philanthropy,
Mhm.
because the tuition's expensive,
Right.
and whenever you're missing out 3 days a week out of a 5-day work week and at work to go to school, that's even further less income that you're making. So the philanthropy literally made my career a possibility right now.
So Jennifer, let
Fantastic.
me ask you, how do you, if you don't have a boss or somebody tapping you on the shoulder and say, hey, we're going to nominate you for this, how can you get involved in this, at least get your name in front of somebody?
Well, that's it. And that's why we need, viewers and listeners of yours to be able to know that it's possible for them. So you can just sign up for a free account at techforce.org /Ford Philanthropy to be able to read more about these Ford scholarships. But Ford joins all of our other donors at TechForce. Ford's contribution this year, $4 million in scholarships to 800 students across the country.
Hmm.
Collectively with other TechForce donors, we'll be doing over $6.5 million in scholarships. But then there's also all the other wraparound services in support, from self-esteem to how to pay for housing and childcare, all the other things as Christian described, that you really need kind of a holistic approach to have a plan to get through and into these careers. And that's where techforce.org kind of wraps around you. So it's free. Explore the career. Come on, learn what it's like to be an auto tech, to go over the wall for one of your favorite teams, dream. Aviation, welding, there's all types of technical careers. But in the end of the day, there's a massive shortage. So we need you.
So we don't have to worry too much about the location. I mean, Detroit is obviously the world center for Ford Motor Company, but like for instance, Christian here, he's up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and I assume that would go for anybody anywhere in the United States.
It's anywhere. And again, not everybody wants to go to a 4-year university anymore. The pendulum's swinging in America, where all of a sudden people are realizing we need skilled careers. And you're now seeing enrollment in those community colleges and tech schools rising. So Gen Z wants alternative pathways, and we need that. But it doesn't matter if you're in rural America, urban cities, doesn't matter your state. Tech Force is here to support you. And we really, again, want that solving of this technician shortage.
So, Christian, where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
I hope still at Ford.
Well, no, I understand that, but that's kind of a given. But you hope to advance all the way to the management level? You want to wear a suit and tie? You want to stay in the shop? What are your goals?
Yeah, I personally would love to stay in the shop. I think not everybody wants to have the responsibility of being like, let's say, a shop foreman or, a team leader for a major department. But I think that's one of my favorite things is helping people with what's in my brain. So I think 10 years from now, it would be pretty cool to be a shop foreman or at least a team leader of main shop side. I think
Yeah.
And
that'd be awesome.
what I love about what you just said, Christian, is we hear this at Tech Force among people all the time. I want to help people. And I
Yeah.
think there's something really magical about being a technician is these are problem solvers. They love working with their hands. They love fixing things, but they love helping people. And they really believe by keeping America rolling, that we're keeping our lifestyle and our families safe and moving on the roads.
Well,
Right?
I think, if Christian said, looks, he's a company man. He's at the shop, I believe, right now. Aren't you taking the interview at the shop?
I
And
am.
because of this, Jennifer's going to give you extra credit for coming on the show.
On the In-Wheel Time
Yeah.
Car Talk Show. Yeah, exactly. And, the phone's going to be ringing off.
It
Hey,
will.
look, we're getting ready for graduation time. And everybody's looking for summer work. And, it'd be really nice to have some sort of an internship kind of thing, Jennifer. Is there something like that available now?
Yes, if you go to techforce.org, go inside the network, right? You have to create that free account, log in, get inside TechForce. And we have student jobs, we have technician jobs, we have free tickets to events like the NASCAR races. So there's all types of things to do. And if you're looking for exploring this career a little bit more time this summer, please come on and check it out.
Well, it sounds great. Boy, I'll tell you what, I wish there was something like that back in my day.
I know.
I'd have signed up for that.
That's exactly what I'm
Yeah. I had my career was short-lived in the automotive industry in what Christian is going for. But I will tell you that if I had the opportunity to do it again, I think that I would have at least explored opportunities like you're presenting yourself today.
Yeah. I would like to add something small to that.
Sure.
As far as if you're wanting a career and you're wanting the opportunity that Tech Force can help with, in you choosing that career, go to a local Ford dealership and ask to speak to the service department. I guarantee almost all of the Ford, dealerships are looking and seeking for students to take part in asset. So that's a really surefire way, a quick way of, getting into this opportunity if that's something that people would want to do.
Well said.
Well, Jennifer, I'm really impressed by Christian and the program that you have to offer here. And, it was by default, I think, that you got to join us today. Or was that planned? You just wanted to say hi to us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Are you going to go to the race tomorrow, Jennifer?
Well, I'm actually in Phoenix, so I.
Well, listen,
Yeah.
that corporate jet does just fine.
Yeah.
We're going to get you right over there in a couple of hours.
Yeah.
There you go. I'll put a request in.
Do that. I got you.
Christian will pick you up at the airport.
They
last
have
minute.
in a Ford Motor Company car.
There you go.
Jennifer, Christian, great to talk to you guys. Thanks so much for explaining the great
thank
program,
you.
it seems like, and we appreciate you taking the time today.
Thank
Of
you.
course.
Yeah,
Okay,
great.
y'all
Thank you.
y'all take care.
Best of luck.
Okay. All right. Coming up here on the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show, we have the cruise in and events calendars.
Oh, yeah.
And we got some other good stuff coming your way,
Couple of
too.
little tidbits.
We invite you to stay with us here on the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. We continue right after this break.
Your car is a direct reflection of you, so don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your save the paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your car's finish without a full repaint. Searching for real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors, Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get it protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See the state-of-the-art shop yourself. Free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full-service luxury car care today and online at gcautoshield.com. Gift giving should be meaningful, and we have an idea. A hand-painted custom illustration of your car from one of the nation's leading artists. Now you can get one or a car show poster customized for you, a friend, or a loved one. Bill Seitz will be happy to guide you through the process. No matter what the day, birthday, anniversary, or any day, an Autographics custom illustration adds an extra touch of class to any home. Call Bill today, 832-922-0963. That's 832-922-0963.
Show every week. In Wheel Time airs Saturday 10 to noon on Facebook, YouTube, and inwheeltime.com. And of course, if you miss it, you can catch a 30-minute podcast of this show from your favorite podcast store. It's free, and we thank you for joining us today. All right, time now for the Cruise In and events calendars. And it's that time of the year, Jeffrey, where lots is going on.
There's hundreds out there, so if you don't know where to go, you can Google anything, use the interweb, and it'll take you to whatever you want to see. But we're going to start out with, we just had Tammy Dooley on there. Next week, May 9th, is the Granbury Car Club show. This is separate from what we're going to see. This is at Jerry Durant Chevrolet Buick GMC. It's at 1909 East Highway 377 in Granbury. The event will be from 10 to 2. It'll feature a raffle. There's going to be 5 trophies for the judge's choice. And the first 100 entries will receive a goodie bag. And who does not like a goodie bag? We do.
Depends on what's in it.
Goodies.
Goodies
are in there,
okay.
yeah. And then you got Hot Rods and Muscle Car Cruising at Whataburger. This is in Chavano Park, which is in San Antonio area. It's at 4050 North Loop 1604 West. It's May 9th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., so it's an evening cruise. Hot Rods, Muscle Cars, all that stuff takes place on Saturday. Weather permitting, of course, because they have to say that because it may cancel. The events include Hot Rods, Muscle Car owners. I'll be out there. Any information, you can find a flyer on their website. You can go to Hot Rods and Muscle Cars Cruise-In. And then, Don, we've got one. It's the Damn Car Show. It's at Camellia.
The Damn Car Show.
The Damn Car Show.
It's another Damn Car Show, or just the Damn Car Show?
It's the Damn Car Show. It's at 5H Ranch Outdoor Venue in Cold Springs. It's Lake Livingston area. 22 awards, 50 dash plaques available, 50-50 split pot raffle. All
dash plaques. Back in the day, I used to go for dash plaques.
Dash plaques, yeah.
Gates open at 8. Little metal ones that just stuck on the dash.
Yep. Yeah. That concludes at 2, food, beverages, and all that stuff. So take your damn kids, take your damn wife out there.
Is it next to the dam or something? Because this is DAM.
Yeah.
The Damn Car Show, not DAMN.
Well, you can spell it any way you want. It's at 864 Camellia Lake Road. Take that out there. And then you got Rides and Pies. Who doesn't like pie? It's at 11330
what kind of
Panther
pie you
Creek
about?
Parkway, May 9th from 11 to 1. It's in Frisco, Texas, which is in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It's at Halo Pizzeria in Frisco. Cars, motorcycles, owners invited.
Wait a minute. I thought we were talking about pies.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pizza pie.
Pizza pie.
I know. I was thinking of lemon meringue and cherry and apple and all that pie stuff. Park up front confirmation, pizza slices and drinks. First few registrants get that free slice. And then you got Crazy Train Car Meets. This is May 10th. It's a Sunday, 3 to 7.
Crazy Train?
Yeah, in Magnolia. It's at 38925 FM 1774. Speed Bump Classics is putting this on. It's open to automotive and motorcycle enthusiasts.
Speed Bump Classics.
I know, it's the story of our life. An event encourages respectable behavior, so it's a family-friendly event. The last one we got, good old Willis Classic Car Cruisers.
What you talking about,
I know, we haven't
Willis?
talked about them in a while, but we're talking about them now. It's at the D&M True Value Hardware store in Willis, Montgomery Road. So go out there. Again, check your internet. They're all over the place.
You know, there used to not be. By the way, I don't know whether you guys, Mars, you're included in this. Do you realize that next weekend will mark our 15th anniversary on this program?
How about that?
Yes, sir.
You are aware of that.
I'm aware of that. I was.
What were you going to surprise us with something?
No. I got some.
With
updates
what,
I
a
need to
pink
send
slip
you,
or something?
But I got to thinking about it. That's a long time.
Yes.
Yeah,
it
but
is.
I haven't been on 15 years.
Well,
No.
close.
No.
But the program is
May the 7th, 2011 was our first show on the radio.
And he knows this because the folder he keeps his information for the show is the same folder he had 15 years ago.
It is, honest to God.
It is.
Because there's the date down there.
right there.
I don't know why I won't get a new folder, but
Why? It's perfect.
it is.
It's lasted him 15 years.
15 years.
you
The
won't
warranty's
get another
gonna-
one the last 15 years. That's for sure.
The warranty's going to run out in 2 weeks. The folder.
I don't know as if I'll last another
They get
15
recalled.
years. Okay, European luxury brands had some of the headlines this week. European luxury brands such as BMW and Mercedes losing their grip on Chinese buyers as a fundamental shift redefines automotive prestige. And I tell you this is the one that I spoke about in our tease earlier today about how things that happen in China ultimately wind up making or having an influence here in the United States. Younger generations value software capabilities over brand heritage. According to a software executive whose company works with virtually all major automakers, the time is running out for legacy automakers that fail to transition quickly as the younger, tech-savvy generations become the dominant buyers for new vehicles over the next 5 years, according to Miao Lu. Miao.
Oh.
M-I-A-O. Miao. Miao
Miao.
Lu,
I thought it
Director
was-
of Technology Strategy at QT Group.
I thought it was MEOW.
No, it's not. That's why I spelled it.
That'd be
The
Larry.
Finland-based company provides software frameworks for automotive interfaces and cockpit systems, works with Mercedes, Volkswagen, General Motors, Ford, and several Chinese automakers. The SDV market is set to grow to $1.19 trillion by 2036 from $470 billion this year, according to Consultancy Research and Markets. Growth is driven by AI, 5G, cloud computing, and consumer demand for smartphone-like experiences in vehicles, such as app stores, over-the-air updates, and seamless connectivity. Western automakers must treat software as the primary value driver, offering tech-centric features that appeal to younger buyers rather than relying on brand heritage, this Lu person says. While legacy brands struggle to adapt, emerging Chinese automakers are becoming aggressive global competitors. International car makers' share of China's light vehicle market fell to 31% in 2025 from 56% in 2017. The story goes on and on. I mean, it's more involved, but the whole focus basically is on AI. That's where it's all going to, AI, and these younger. Our grandchildren are coming up. They're expecting AI in the car to basically take over everything. Obviously, a lot of it has to do with self-driving features. That's AI.
Yeah.
The power of the stack. Tesla is a prime example of an automaker with vehicle architecture built from the ground up for AI, giving it an advantage over legacy automakers retrofitting software onto older platforms. Tesla has transitioned to a broader tech ecosystem, applying its automotive AI expertise to robotics. He said the automakers should also view software as a standalone product that can be leveraged across industries. And I bring this up, and that is the General Motors decision to not include Apple CarPlay and Android Auto.
You got to pay for it.
Well, through their
Yeah,
own app,
yeah.
basically the OnStar.
You did a story last week on that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly. And so are they barking up the wrong tree?
They usually do.
I mean, it is General Motors that
Yeah.
is based in Detroit, day late and a dollar short, but Mary Barra still making her $29 billion.
She got a raise. But you bring up the younger generation and driving and AI. My mind went to drag racing. Could you use AI in like a funny car, top fuel funny car, to make that vehicle
If
go
you
down the
could
road?
get by the rules.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
but-
thinking. But what's going to change there?
Well,
Mike?
here's what's going to happen is that it's all going to be from pro stock automobiles. And that whole thing is evolving. They're going back to that great big ugly
Yeah.
hood scoop.
Erica Enders ran. She didn't run a pro stock. She ran what's the step below? It's
Mountain stock.
alcohol or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, the top alcohol
Yeah.
drive. Okay.
She ran one of those. I saw a test run of it.
Yeah, she's getting into other
Yeah.
things these days.
And her sister's marketing company is sponsoring a car. I
And her
believe.
sister is pregnant.
I did not know that.
Yep.
But she's sponsoring a car or a team at this week's race, I believe, in Texas.
Okay.
But where are they going to do this? I mean, if you look at
Do what?
incorporate AI, I'm not quite seeing that because the drivers have got so good at cutting lights. I mean, they're
Oh, I don't think it's
it-
going to be that necessarily. I think that it's going to be more along the lines of engine tuning.
Yeah.
And it'll be on the spot, on the fly engine tuning. What if the wheels break loose, and AI will take over all of that and control the wheel spin, and it'll be. I think that it's going to go in a different direction, and I think that a lot of it's going to have to be formed by the young kids, basically the rice rockets that are out on the streets these days. I mean, 1,000 horsepower easily out of 4-cylinder engines, and they're doing it.
Well, you could ask AI, what's the thickness of the copper gasket on my head for this quarter-mile run or 1,000-foot run? I mean, is all that information going to be glommed from AI? And, hey, what is the stroke and dimensions? And
I think they're doing a lot of that now, but I think, like Don was saying, it's going to be more of where a control device. The tires break loose. I mean, Chrysler's got something similar there for their launch.
Mm-hmm.
And so you could do the same thing. The computer says, oh, the tires are broke loose, so I'm going to transfer the tire power over to this tire or that tire. I could see that more. I was kind of going more of helping the driver, but I can see where that would be more productive.
Okay, so now put your hat on for being an actual official with NHRA trying to find that on your car.
But is it illegal? Is it
Oh,
illegal?
well,
probably, we don't know.
Not yet that I'm aware of, but I'm sure I know that there are regulations as far as what you can plug into your car, especially in the class of that Stan Holt runs, say, for instance.
And if you're winning
Oh, yeah.
consistently, they're going to think you're doing something illegal. So that's just the way the cookie crumbles.
Or the tire spins.
Yeah, there you go.
Just thought I'd bring that up.
I know.
Since we're in that vein.
We're a car talk show.
All right. Well, it's been an interesting 30 minutes there in this past segment.
Sure.
Thank you for that, Mr. Mars, lining up that guest. That was good. We didn't really know what we were going to get into because I didn't quite fully understand it. But now that
We don't
now
ever
that
get to
talked
know what we're going to get into when we show up.
well, yeah.
Mike, you know that.
Surprise!
Surprise. We're not going to be on the air
Aye.
today because fill in the blank. Well, coming up in the next hour, we're going to talk to the president of the Lone Star Jeep Club, Tim Mahaffey, find out what's going on with them in the world of Jeep and
Jeepers.
clubbing and that sort of thing. So we invite you to stay tuned for that. And then later on in the next hour, we'll also have our what the new car, old car sold for. We always love to do that.
New car, old car.
Yeah, gets everybody involved. All right. Hey, if you'd like to get in touch with us, send us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. We're back after this quick break.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Loopy Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Loopy Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Loopy Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in Houston. Visit any of the Loopy Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Loopy experience with queso flamiado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Loopy beef and chicken fajitas or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Loopy Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Loopy Tortilla. Eats pretty good. The N Wheel Time Car Talk Show thanks you for 15 wonderful years. Yep, our first show aired May 7th, 2011 on the local radio station. Then it was a move to the digital world and social media, and you followed. Thank you. We continue to build and grow our fan base, and it's all because of you and your auto enthusiast friends. We appreciate your support. It's always great to see you at our remote broadcast, too, and we hope you'll continue to stop by and say hello. It's been a great ride, and we hope to bring you more fun and adventure right here on the N Wheel Time Car Talk Show.
From our Dual City Studios in Texas, USA, it's the award-winning N-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, Tim Mahaffey, President, Lone Star Jeep Club, plus Jeff's Motor Minute, and I'll review the 2026 Kia K4, very interesting car. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. And Chief Engineer and Head Bottle Washer, David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. Thank you very much. Beautiful day here in the Houston, Texas area. So I think that the same holds true over there where you are, Mr. Mars.
Absolutely gorgeous. You know, the sun's out, not a cloud in the sky after that drenching rain yesterday.
Yeah. I'll say that. Do we have Tim with us?
Yes, sir. Just
Tim
happened.
Mahaffey. Here he is, ladies and
There he
gentlemen.
is.
Tim, how in the world have you been? I haven't talked to you in forever.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. Things have been really good, actually. I'm looking forward to this rain ending on the weekend, so I don't have to keep cleaning the Jeep every time I go out. But things are great.
Tim, you know what?
Thanks for having me on.
People that own Jeeps, they like to go out and find mud and have it slung all up and down the side of it and then parade it in the local grocery store parking lot as they're getting groceries on Sunday morning. Now, you and I both know that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So you just need to let go of the car wash. That's what you need to do.
That's what the power washer's for, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So let's talk about first of all, the Jeep Club. How are things there? What's the status like? How many club members do you have?
Things are going really well this year. There's a kind of a story there. After coming through COVID, the club was sort of in a downward spiral. We were losing I think our attrition rate was somewhere over 20%. The club the club is made up of paid members and $55 a year and in sponsors. And, that money goes into raffle prizes. It goes back into the community and things like that. At one point, we had over 500 members. COVID hit and those numbers just dwindled down to nothing. And coming out of COVID for a couple of years, we were challenged with trying to figure out what to do with the club. Did we even want to maintain it? Did we want to shut it down? We're a 50C7 organization in the state of Texas. We'll be around for 30 years next year.
Wow.
So yeah, it's been. Some of our members weren't even born when the club formed in '97.
Wow.
So,
What does that say about you and your age, Tim?
well, like fine wine or a good whiskey, right?
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
That's what we're looking for.
said
That's
that-
what I say.
You said that the registrations and that all dwindled during COVID. Was it because of the uncertainty of COVID, or they just figured they're not going to do it anymore? I mean, was there any reason for that besides COVID?
Besides COVID, yeah, I think a lot of people just stayed inside. They didn't really go out. We couldn't really meet as a club every month anymore, and people just became less interested. And then what happened at the same time was a lot of other groups like a competitor, right? You can go wheel in other groups. You don't have to pay $55 a year, right? So we had to think about, what did we have to offer to our members? How do we, other than, hey, let's go meet and wheel, which our events have always been good. We always get great turnouts at our events. So what can we do to actually give them something? And, that led into things. We just signed an agreement with Metter. So any person that purchases a Jeep with Metter at their dealership will, if they join the club, will get 10% off of their service. And
Tim, what is Metter?
Metter is a Jeep Chrysler dealership in Fort Worth.
Okay.
That's the name
so-
of the dealership.
So for about $1 a week, you could join the club.
About $1 a week, you can join the
Yep.
club. You take your vehicle, and it doesn't have to be a Jeep. It has to be a a Chrysler, Dodge, of course, Ram vehicle. You go in for one-time service. You're gonna $55. You're gonna make your $55 up, getting 10% off the service. So we have a big event coming up with them called May Day, May the 15th or 16th, I think. So we're pretty excited about that. That was and they came to us. They came to us. They saw that we're a family-friendly Jeep club. There are certain, when you look at the landscape of Jeep clubs, there are certain niches, right? You've got ones that just meet that never will. I know a person that runs a club around here in Dallas. He's never been on a trail, but he has a nice Jeep. The groups that like to go out and party and indulge, but that's not us. No, our message is we're a family-friendly Jeep club, and we're known as the Wheeling Club in North Texas. So if you want to go off-road, we've got the process, we've got the way to do it. We've got certified trail leaders, we've got it planned. We put you in groups, and we run a safe environment for people, and it's really exciting. So. It's just, and it's turned around, by the way. So our goal this year was to have 190 paid members, and we're sitting at about 180 right now.
Oh,
So,
very good.
yeah, pretty sure we'll exceed that. Our internal goal on the board was 175, so we've exceeded our internal goal, and I'm sure we'll hit 190.
Sure. Do you have anything to do with any of the other clubs? I mean, do you have multi-club events?
We talked about that, but we don't. We don't, but we've talked about that on the board. And there's this new Jeep club that is just started, and my age is catching up to me. I can't remember their name, but they were interested in getting together, for a combined wheeling event.
Do you ever go out of state and wheel?
Oh yeah. Actually, the club just went to New Mexico a few weeks ago, out to Las Cruces, and did some wheeling there. We've been to Windrock, Moab. We're going to Missouri, the Southern Missouri Off-Road Park in September. So yeah, we get out of state too. So
Do you have a spare supply of fenders, or do you go fenderless?
I have steel fenders. I take a shock with me now. Since the last November when I was out, I actually broke a shock on a trail called Ingrid's Revenge. And
it's only a Jeep person that breaks a shock. You don't hear that on your Oldsmobile 98.
I was at Walmart and broke a shock.
That's right. Yeah.
But that was one of the things I noticed about your club, and we kind of talked about that, is how involved you are for the club members. It's not just, hey, let's get together on Wednesday night, have a beer and eat. You just signed an agreement, and you've got several sponsors so that your members get some value out of being part of the club beyond the fellowship.
Yeah. That's a great point. And social media has really helped us there too. So that's really helped us engage with our members. And now we get questions. Should I get a rock crawler lift kit? Should I get a metal cloak lift kit? And we're able to give some advice and our own personal opinion. And we have one strict rule on our social media site. If anyone is a jerk, they're banned from the site. We do not tolerate anybody treating other members with any disrespect, period. That's not the club. That if you want that, go to another club. That's not the Lone Star Jeep Club. It's built on respect. It's built on, as you said, on the community. It's built on respect and support. And I think that's one thing that distinguishes us from others and beyond our, amazing events. I mean, wheeling's the best thing in the world. So, if you have a bad week, you go out on a Saturday, it's just a lot better. But it's a good point. It's like social media has really helped us engage in lieu of not being able to have our monthly meetings anymore.
Do you have equal amount, maybe men and women that are in the club, or is it one-sided?
No, it's pretty equal. In fact, on our board, we've got 1, 2, 3. So we have Suzanne, Christine, Madeline. Four females are on our board. So it's a good balance, and a good balance of families too.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you, once you get into Lone Star, does that mean that you'll be able to get some discounts at your local Jeep dealer for, some Bimini tops or whatever the case may be?
Absolutely. You can go to Metter. They'll offer that discount. And then our other sponsors like Collin County Off-Road offer discounts. Yeah, all across the several sponsors that
So
we
there
have.
are, so there are advantages to being a club member. There's no doubt about that. It's very interesting. Back in the day, I'm a Corvette guy, and I've been in clubs throughout all of the years that I've been doing this. And it's interesting how the club scene has evolved since back in my day. I'm not currently in a club, but it's evolved. But the same thing holds true. Back in my day, we had the racers and we had the show car people, and we all got along, and it was great, and we all respected each other within the club. But there were those that, really weren't into the racing because the racing took the cost into another level that most of us weren't really into. And I think that you can relate to that.
Very similar, very similar. We had people that had daily drivers. That's my daily driver right there.
Yes.
So now go off road, I push it, but not over the limit. And then we have, when we go to our events, we have an easy, medium, and hard group, which we call Group Z. Those are the guys with 42-inch tires with roll cages. They trailer their Jeep. They're the ones doing, just crazy stuff, rear steer. I mean, some really amazing Jeeps, right? And and the money that goes into investing into a vehicle like that is just, beyond.
It's not just Jeeps, and you know that as well as I do. Pick a car, and if you want a resto mod, how much money do you have in your pocket? It ain't enough.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. So do you have any events coming up?
Yeah, we do. We have the event with Metter coming up in May, and I'm headed to Hot Springs at that weekend as well. And then June is our Father's Day event, which is a poker run. We're excited about that. That'll be at Barnwell Mountain Recreational Area. We're going to be in the Colony Parade, which is just a blast. Have all those little kids come running up and we tossing ducks. That's a lot of fun. And then August, we have called Beat the Heat up in Davis, Oklahoma at Crossbar Off-Road Park. And then we go to S'more in September. We have another 101 class, which is where we bring people in and teach them how to prep their Jeep for off-roading. We teach them how to off-road, how to engage into 4-low, how to go over obstacles, and how to winch. And then we have our Jeepers Creepers run in October out at Barnwell Mountain Recreational Area. And then our biggest event of the year is the Veterans Day run in Hot Springs in November. We typically bring like 20 or 30 Jeeps to that event. So, and that's been growing, every year.
And I would imagine that you guys, obviously you belong to a club and you want to be involved, but you can't be involved in everything, but that's okay.
Yes, that's why we offer so many events. Right. We know people can't go out every month, and we have some amazing members in our club. I mean, they're amazing people who join our club. I just can't brag about them enough, right? You go on a trail with us and you have an issue, we don't push you, we help you, right? We want people to enjoy this experience, right? Like we do. So
this is basic car people.
But yeah, exactly. So yeah, we offer a lot of events, not so people have to go to them every month, but you get to pick and choose, like, arrange your vacation if you wanted to go to New Mexico.
Exactly.
We're going to go to Rubicon Trail next spring up in Lake Tahoe. So we have started our planning for that.
Very cool. So when you go to these places like Hot Springs, do y'all caravan together, or y'all just meet up there separately?
We mostly caravan together. So when they went to New Mexico, they all met up. They caravan together. Moab, Colorado, that was the caravan, because something can happen along the way, right?
Kickoff spot.
Plus, that's part of the fun. That's part of the fellowship in going.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you do, right? You kind of build that solidarity when you go on a trip together, right? Mm-hmm. Sit around at night and over dinner and talk about, what broke, what was fun, and you get to know people at a personal level. It's just, it's amazing.
We could do that and get to a campsite and eat beans and by the fire.
Blazing Saddles recreation all over again.
That's right.
Tim, it's great to talk to you, my friend. Great to catch up with you. Thanks for bringing us up to date. And whenever you're in Houston, be sure and look us up.
Yeah.
Come see us and save.
There you go.
We'll definitely do that. Thanks for having us on again. We really appreciate being here.
Thank you very much.
love
So
listening to you
anybody's
guys.
interested, so how do we get a hold of you if we're up there in the North Texas
Yeah.
area?
You can lsjc.org. Lone Star Jeep Club, lsjc.org. That'll take you to our website. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook now. We have over 11,000 social media followers versus like 1,500 3 years ago. So we've seen some amazing growth there. So yeah, Facebook, and we're active too. So our secretary, Madeline, posts a ton of videos on Instagram. You can see us in action there. They just got some of the Las Cruces videos posted. So it's pretty exciting. We have a Facebook page and a Facebook group. Facebook page, of course, you can follow. The Facebook group, you actually have to, qualify for it.
Well, we'd love to have the In Wheel Time bunch on there as well, and welcome everybody over. So, Tim, thanks again. We appreciate you, and hope to talk to you again soon. Take care.
All right. Thank you. Have a good weekend. Thanks.
Tim Mahaffey, President, Lone Star Jeep Club. Just ahead, Jeff's Motor Minute and a review of the new Kia K4. What?
Oh, boy.
When the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Loopy Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Loopy Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Loopy Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in Houston. Visit any of the Loopy Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Loopy experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Loopy beef and chicken fajitas or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Loopy Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Loopy Tortilla. Eats pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and searching for a fun car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture, Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, so check us out.
I guess I need to pull the microphone down here.
We need to stop chit-chatting.
Yeah, exactly. We were chit-chatting. Because his granddaughter is going to have a little graduation gathering this afternoon. Soiree. Really? That I've been invited to. And the In Wheel Time is donating thousands to her college.
She would appreciate that.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, I know.
Thousands of
minutes.
Thousands of minutes.
There you go. Thousands of minutes.
Hey, you are invited to join us for the live version of the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show every Saturday at our regular time, 10 to noon Central Time on InWheelTime.com, YouTube, and Facebook. Mm-hmm. Or you can always grab a 30-minute podcast of our show, any one of them, from your favorite podcast store, and it is free.
Yeah.
All right, time now for the Motor Minute, and Jeffrey has that.
Yeah, check this out. I'm going to pull it up, Mike. Next weekend is Mother's Day. Did you know that? And Martha Yanko, Mrs. Yanko, says every day would be Mother's Day with a brand new 69 Chevrolet from Yanko Chevrolet.
Yeah.
Look at some of these deals. So if you're out there, and we appreciate you, Martha Yanko, get out there and buy your mom a 69 Chevrolet. Look at that.
Let's see. The bargain is the 1969 Bel Air.
Yeah.
$27.95. Now, they didn't say it was a two-door or four-door.
Don't matter.
But $27.95. This is in 69.
Yeah.
Let's look at some other prices on there. What is this one here? That's a wagon.
Yeah. The air conditioning is brown.
The Kingswood. Mm-hmm. Kingswood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Air conditioning brown.
$38.50. So there you go. Mike, that's pocket change for you, buddy.
But we would really like to have that 69 Yenko Camaro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But the point is, it's Mother's Day. So, flowers, candy, all that.
And they have many more Mother's Day specials.
There you go. And that's what we're talking about. So go out there, celebrate Mother's Day.
Are they still in business?
Yanko Chevrolet. Gosh, I wouldn't know. I'll get a hold of Martha, and we'll find out.
Well, you're going to have to go visit her at the graveyard, I think.
Could be a Martha Jr. You never know. But Mother's Day, go celebrate Mother's Day next week.
At Yanko Chevrolet.
However you want to do that. So get out there.
That's really weird.
Flowers and roses.
I love those little commercials.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, every once in a while I run across an actual film
I know.
commercial.
I see them too. I'm trying to incorporate that as a story, but you can't because there's a lot of trademark stuff going on.
No, it's fine. You could do that. And as a matter of fact, let's do a feature commercial of the week, and then we can sit and laugh at it.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I ran across a 1963 Chevrolet commercial, but I think it was more than a minute, but it highlighted all of the Chevrolets that are available, including the two Corvettes, the split window coupe and the all new convertible
coupe. We'll do that. I'll work on that for a couple of weeks.
All right.
I did a quick check on Google. Says Yanko was available from 1949 to 1982 when they finally went out of business.
Well, there you go.
Which I didn't realize they even made it that far.
And she was probably in her 80s.
Yeah, she looked like she could be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pearl necklace and everything.
And guess the weight. All right. Time now for this hour's car review. I had an opportunity to drive the 2026 Kia K4. It comes in these trim levels. You ready? The LX, the LXS, the EX, the GT line, and the GT line Turbo. I drove the GT line Turbo, and it was that color. This is a large car. It's a four-door saloon-style hatchback. A traditional sedan is also available underneath the K4 banner. This looks like a regular SUV, but if you stand next to it, you're going, wait a minute, is this a car? Is this an SUV? What is it? They call it a large car, four doors, seats 5 people, including the driver, all new in 2025. Where have I been? I guess I just missed it. It is built in Mexico, and this car replaces the Kia Forte, if you remember that thing. Long body with a fastback to it. Looks like a cross between a sedan and a station wagon. Unique styling gives this car a very cool look, in my opinion. Sleek, aerodynamic front fascia, concentric wheel well openings. What I liked about it, the saloon or wagon style of the design. It really stands out. Yes, there are others out there, but not like this one. Somehow, some way, they've made it all work, and it is really cool. What could use improvement? Nothing. This is a winner in the Don Armstrong category. Interior highlights. Big 12.3-inch screen includes the instrument and infotainment systems, adjustable cup holders, and roomy cell phone cubby. A cool upholstery with comfortable seating and plenty of rear legroom. HVAC controls can be a little hard to see behind the steering wheel. You got to kind of peek around it. Cargo, adequate when compared to other small SUVs, but it is a hatchback. What I liked, the abundant headroom in the rear seat because it's the saloon style. So the roof line continues on past the rear seat and doesn't slope down behind it. What could use improvement? Nothing. It gets high marks from Don Armstrong for its great overall design. As far as power is concerned, it has a 2.0-liter turbo four-cylinder. Now, it puts out 147 horsepower and 132 pound-feet of torque. There is a 1.6-liter turbo that puts out 190 horsepower and 195 pound-feet of torque. I did not have that one, although I think I should have. I don't know whether they got the engines mixed up or the labeling or my confusion. It's somewhere in there. It has a CVT transmission, too. 26 miles per gallon in the city is what it's rated, 33 on the highway for a combined of 28. I got 30.7 miles per gallon over 453 miles. Would have preferred more horsepower. That 190 horsepower unit would have been nice. But I certainly did like the gas mileage. There's no doubt about that. And I didn't have to plug it in either. What I liked about the ride and handling, it has car-like ride quality. What could use improvement? The GT line, I think, could be a little bit more tossable. In other words, stiffen up that suspension
Sporty,
a little,
yeah.
get a little bit sporty, because it's already got a GT, which stands for Gran Turismo,
Yeah.
if you remember correctly. Now, I don't know whether...
Oh, the Magato. That would be the GTO.
Yeah, yes. So here's the pricing. Base trim price, $28,790. Price is tested, $32,870. But you can get into one of these for $22,290.
Oh.
Really? Competitors, Honda Civic, $24,695. The Mazda 3, $24,550. How about the Subaru Impreza hatch for $26,595? See, I keep hearing all these things. We can't find a vehicle under $30,000. Yes, you can.
You can.
You haven't looked hard enough. And this is one that I would suggest that you definitely put on the go check it out list.
Yeah.
It's a good-looking car, and it sounds like it's got some great functionality.
Yeah, it does. Subaru Outback is my car review next week. And so we do a new car review every week. And that is my car review this week. That is all, and there ain't no more.
That is all.
That is all.
Don't forget to visit the In Wheel Time. What is it? Well, subscribe. You can subscribe to us. I was going to think of the word. Don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah,
What
be
it-
sure to visit. We'll have
What?
cookies and tea this afternoon.
Contact Mike at info@inwheeltime.com.
Cookies and tea.
And the,
Mars,
Yes, sir.
you don't get out much, do you?
No, unfortunately not.
well, you drink tea, Mike, don't you?
I do. I drink
Yeah.
a couple of glasses or hot tea in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm not a coffee drinker.
That would make sense. You
Yeah.
would drink. You'd be a teetotaler.
And what's the tea drink? Oh gosh, See,
Pot?
No, the alcohol drink with the tea, iced tea, and
Long Island tea?
Long Island iced tea. I couldn't think of that.
Yeah.
Well, you're not from that part of the world,
No,
so
I
you
couldn't
wouldn't
think
know.
of it. Yeah. And don't forget to visit the In Wheel Time gift shop on your way out.
Do we have one of those?
It's under construction. It's being revamped.
Really?
Yeah, we had a supplier issue, so we were having to rebuild.
Well, you know what? It just so happens that we have a supplier, and he's sitting right next to me right here. Did you know that?
I know that some things, yes, but he doesn't drop ship.
I bet you he could work that
We
out
could
for
talk.
us.
Well,
Yeah, we'll
find
talk.
out, yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
I have some great news stories that I want to get in before the end of the show today. One of them, and it's not going to be this one because it gets too heavy duty into finances. And
Oh yeah.
yeah. So, but
Then I had to think.
yeah, we all
went
have
into
to think for
thinking.
that. This I thought was very interesting. Ford Motor Company is in early discussions with the Trump administration about working on defense projects, according to CEO Jim Farley. Farley's comment signals the company is considering a broader working relationship with the Pentagon. U.S. military officials have sought to court commercial manufacturers to help produce weapons and other military hardware that today is largely supplied by a relatively small number of defense contractors, such as Lockheed Martin and General Dynamics. Senior defense officials have spoken to auto executives, including Farley, about weapons production, according to the Wall Street Journal. Farley said investors should expect Ford to play an outsized role in onshoring critical minerals and other components, such as manufacturing grade semiconductors. I just thought that was an interesting story. So they're getting back in the war business, basically,
Yeah.
which they apparently did during World War II quite
Yeah.
significantly.
World War One. Yeah. World War One started too. Yep.
Yeah. So there's some news for you that you probably hadn't heard.
What happens if you build a weapon and you have to recall it?
Well, Ford would be able to handle that because they're big on the recall list. Hey, if you'd like to get in touch with us, send us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. We're back after this quick break. Stay with us.
Your car is a direct reflection of you, so don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your Save the Paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your cars finish without a full repaint. Searching for real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors, Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get it protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See the state-of-the-art shop yourself. Free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full-service luxury car care today and online at gcautoshield.com. Gift giving should be meaningful, and we have an idea. A hand-painted custom illustration of your car from one of the nation's leading artists. Now you can get one or a car show poster customized for you, a friend, or a loved one. Bill Seitz will be happy to guide you through the process. No matter what the day, birthday, anniversary, or any day, an Autographics custom illustration adds an extra touch of class to any home. Call Bill today, 832-922-0963. That's 832-922-0963.
Wow, that's loud. It's the award-winning in-wheel time car talk show. Just ahead, our story of the week. Guess what the Hemming sold car went for? And recalls. God. Later, Jeff has the racing calendar. Mars has This Week in Auto History, and I'll bring you the stories making automotive news headlines. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars, who's right over there.
Back there. He's over there. No,
He's everywhere. We always need more Jeff Zekin. David Ainsley. David Ainsley is joining us from his bed. I'm Don Armstrong. Thanks so much for joining us today. It's going to be good.
You think Larry's in his bed? Larry the cat?
No, you know, that cat thing with David. David has two cats. Larry and what's the other one's name?
Not Larry.
Not Larry.
Yeah. Larry's a pretty,
I thought
guess,
Larry was
intelligent,
the only one.
intelligent
No,
feline.
there's two. No, there's two cats. Two cats in the yard. All right. Let's do our story of the week that I have selected for all. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
It's about tariffs
Okay.
and the like. So listen to this. Major decisions on tariffs, the future of North American trade, and new duties on robotics loom for the auto industry this year, offering potential clarity on a policy landscape that has upended the planning of automakers and suppliers, including EVs or not EVs. U.S. Supreme Court in the first part of 2026 now is expected to rule on the legality of many tariffs enacted by President Trump earlier this year, and the future of North American trade will come into focus as the United States, Mexico, and Canada review their trilateral trade agreement that Trump suggested the U.S. could abandon. At the same time, the Trump administration has signaled it could pursue a wide range of new tariffs, including on industrial robotics and critical minerals. New tariffs will likely weigh heavily on auto companies as they decide how to adjust production and investment plans, according to experts. And the Supreme Court is expected to rule on the constitutionality of many of Trump's tariffs in early 2026 now. Mm-hmm. The case pertains to duties issued under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act of 1977, which includes nation-level reciprocal tariffs on global trade partners and those Trump said he placed on Canadian, Mexican, and Chinese goods in response to fentanyl trafficking. Can he do that? Well, the Supreme Court's going to say one way or the other. The U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement is up for review this year, 6 years after the trilateral trade deal went into effect. In July, the three countries must signal in writing whether they want to continue with the agreement. If so, the deal will be extended for another 16 years. If not, USMCA
Yep.
U.S., Mexico, Canada, would enter into a period of annual reviews before potentially expiring in 2036. Now remember, we have lots and lots of car manufacturers, not necessarily American, in Mexico. And let's not forget, a lot of the Detroit Three have also building places out there in Canada, right across the river. The Trump administration appears poised to issue a wide range of new tariffs in 26. Commerce Department in September launched a national security investigation into imports of robotics and industrial machinery under Section 232. Thank you, Barney Fife. The same law used to implement auto duties. The Commerce Department is expected to issue the results of its investigation no later than the end of this month. So the whole trade thing is all up in the air now. And who's to say what's going to come of it? To me, what is more concerning is USMCA, because it has kind of overridden a lot of the tariffs that have been put into place between Mexico, the United States, and Canada. So they're kind of doing the USMCA thing, but if it's all up in the air, and I'd failed to mention in there that President Trump has even said, hey, we might even do just a bilateral deal. In other words, the United States and Mexico, that'd be one deal. United States and Canada would be another separate deal.
Trifecta, yeah.
Correct. So it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be one of those things that you'll want to keep up on because it's going to have a huge effect on the auto industry and imports too.
Now, George W. Bush, not George H.W., not the dad, the son is the one that implemented all that. They got that deal working.
Yeah.
USMCA.
Yeah, USMCA.
Yeah. Is there a dance to it, Mike? USMCA?
You're going to ask him? You're going to ask him to dance?
He does the Macarena on Friday nights.
Mars, do you dance? I've never seen you dance. Well, at least not on a dance floor.
I do dance on the dance floor, by golly.
Do you belly rub?
I did want to say one thing about the polished belt buckles, but the tariffs and stuff, I understand all that being a tool. But when you start talking about doing annual reviews, I mean, the government is so big, an annual review takes a couple of years. I can't imagine how that would help doing anything.
Obviously, they would have to speed that up a bit, don't you think?
And
well,
create another
they've been
department.
saying that for 20 years.
Well, there is that.
More bureaucracy.
All right, let's do some recalls, shall we?
All right.
Airbag inflator may detach from the steering wheel, kind of like the one in Family Vacation.
Yeah.
You know, kind of detached. All it was a blow-up plastic bag, but whatever. For the Nissan Cube, 2009 to 2010. Look who's on here. Ford Motor Company.
Not again.
Loss of drive power due to a transmission misalignment. Martha, what is that sticking through the floor back there? It's the drive shaft.
Transmission or drive shaft misalignment?
This is a transmission misalignment, which would cause
the drive shaft. Yeah.
Yeah. It would be a big, huge mess.
So it's not connected to the engine. It's
How do you misalign the transmission?
Well, I don't know.
Probably a mount, probably a mount or something.
I would think.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, but we're not done.
Okay.
Sun visor wiring may cause a fire. Pull over.
So when
the sun visor's on fire.
When I'm putting on my makeup,
you don't need a light on the mirror.
Yeah, when I'm putting on my makeup and I poke myself in the eye with my Maybelline.
It's the Ford Ranger for 24 and 26. No. Oh, but let's not stop there.
Why stop now?
Engine block heater may overheat and cause a fire. Now, that typically is not a problem here in the Houston area. Yeah. However, up north, it could be. For the Ford Bronco Sport and the Ford Maverick 25 and 26.
Speaking of that, do you know there's still snow on the ground in the UP of Michigan, Calumet, UP, Michigan? It's a weather station. They still have like 2 feet of snow on the ground.
That's why we live here.
Yeah, and that's why they have engine block heaters up there.
You have to, because the engine will, and you have to have a battery tender on it overnight, and maybe a little battery blanket or something.
Yeah. And
brake pedal may detach from the brake booster on the Audi e-tron and the e-tron Sportback. Even though they're electric, they still have a brake pedal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
2019 to 2024. Well, it cannot be, yes. And There's a do not drive order issued for the Roush Nissan Frontier Pro 4X R for 2026.
What?
Roush,
Do not
Nissan.
drive. Loss of steering control from a loose or missing fastener. Okay.
Roush, Nissan,
Yeah, I didn't know that they were doing.
doodah.
Yeah, do-da.
Okay. And Land Rover, Range Rover, Jaguar, they're all under recall. Loss of drive power from a DC-DC converter failure. All electrics, you're screwed.
Oh, boy.
Lift gas springs may rupture on the Mitsubishi Outlander and the Outlander PHEV 2014 through 2022, and improperly welded seat brackets on the Toyota RAV4 for 2025. All right. Now let's get to the fun stuff, shall we?
All right.
We don't have too long, but we can't linger on this.
Don't linger.
We're not lingering.
No lingering.
Dilly-dallying.
There's a big lingering Felter open house today going
Yep,
on up there
that's
in
right.
Michigan. So here's what we got. These, ladies and gentlemen, are this week's Hemmings sold cars. Okay?
Got it, Michael?
Are you guys ready for this?
Do we have Jeffrey and George? Calling all Jeffreys and Georges and Davids.
George was here a few minutes ago.
Okay,
Tammy
let's get
was
moving.
here.
Here's the first one. A 1966 Jaguar XKE. Now, back in the day, this was the bomb.
Mm-hmm.
The 66 Jaguar XKE. Look at the length of that
I
hood.
know it.
Massive. How much do you
66
think
Jag.
that thing went for? It's a convertible, obviously, and it's got wire wheels on it. It could be all original.
Ah, it's beautiful.
One thing I found really interesting about this, it's an automatic. I did not even know they made an automatic in
I
there.
did not either. Maybe
I'm
that's
going to go 129.
129 for Jeff.
Yep.
Is there anybody else that would like to throw it out?
40.
Heisman's sitting at 40.
40. Okay. Is
George sitting at 18. Oh wait, what?
13,999.
13,999.
Okay. It went for $162,750.
Hey, I'm close. That's all.
And I think
That's that automatic option.
Yeah.
probably so. Rare. Okay.
Golly.
Let's move on to something that's comparable in the American standard. A 1963 Chevrolet Corvette split window coupe. Okay? And it's got those big louvers on the hood, and I can't remember what that means. Is it a no? The 63 did not have. Was it a 409 an option?
I don't know.
63? I don't know. But anyway, this is a rare car. It looks like it's got original knockoffs on it, and it looks like it could be restored, original. Okay, so let's go for the gold here. How much?
I'm going to say. I'm just going to go flat 200,000. There's a David and Stacy Lusk say 48,000.
48,000.
And
I say it's a
let's see here.
six-figure car.
Jeff said 51. And George is at 28,999.
A 63 Chevrolet Corvette split window coupe that you see before you went for $174,300.
Candace says 50. She got
Well, not bad.
We'll take that donation.
Okay, the next up is a 68 Ford Mustang, Candace Thackeray Sneed. You should know this one. Now, it does have aftermarket wheels on it, and it is the fastback variety. 68 Ford Mustang.
That's pretty too.
It is pretty. It's a pretty car. How much do you think that went for?
I'm gonna go 71. I don't know what just came to mind.
Anybody else? We're going to have to move along.
I'm still seeing things like incredible about the previous car.
Okay, so this car sold for $70,350.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
All right.
And he didn't look over my
No,
shoulder.
I don't want to look.
Next up is a 1972 Chevrolet Chevelle. This is like the Malibu SS, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, it says SS on the side.
Yep.
Does have aftermarket wheels. Got some Krager SSs on it.
Yep,
See, if I had that car, it would not have Krager SSs on it. But it's a very, very nice car. Let me put it that way.
And if you look at the way it's displayed, it's got a 454 and a manual 5-speed.
52.
But the 454 didn't have any horsepower, so I'm just saying. Had lots of torque.
I mean,
but
yeah.
Okay, so how much?
Oh, no horsepower. I'm going to go 51 then.
51. Anybody else want to join in?
Yeah, I'm not sure if David's going at this one or not.
I just saw another one up there.
69.
David.
69,000. Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you right.
24.9.
25. It sold for $90,300. Probably because it had that big block Chevy in it. All right. Next up, something we're going to bring it back to earth now. This is a resto mod. It's got a not factory hood on
nice.
a 66 Chevy Malibu. I know. Me too. I'd do that. So how much do you think that 66 Malibu sold for?
I'm going to say, I'm going to go flat 100. 100 grand.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to go 100 grand.
Dang. It's a resto mod though, Jeff.
Yeah, and it's a Malibu. It's not a Chevelle.
I'm sticking to my gun.
Okay.
If I'm over,
Anybody
I'm over.
else?
Oh, yeah.
Anybody else want
Hold
to
on.
guess the price on that? We got some more coming in.
32 from David and Stacy.
David and Stacy said 32.
Jeffrey's 35.
Okay. Anybody else?
George is in the 999.
Yeah.
75.
Okay.
Candace.
Well, David and Stacy, they won 29,925
Oh, wow.
is what it sold
Yeah.
for.
I was buying like multiples.
Okay. Next up, a 49 Studebaker 2R5. Remember, I went through the whole thing about the Studebaker last week.
37.
Because this is almost like a car-like grill on the front of it. And there's so many features that are so car-like for 1949 about this. I think that this is a beautiful truck for what it is. I mean, look at it. I'd want one of these.
37.
37 for Jeff. Anybody else? Okay. It's sold for $17,535.
Wow.
See, this is
See, we're all over. Everybody's saying in the 40s and 50s. Yeah.
See, this is the thing that I love about that is the fact that you can get those. The problem is trying to find parts.
Yeah. Maintenance of it, too.
Next up, 66 Chevy Malibu. This looks like a stock vehicle.
That's a good one, too.
Yeah.
That's a daily driver there.
Now, is that a small block V8?
Looks like it.
It does. It has the emblem on the front of the hood, front of the fender there. Anyway, 66 Malibu sold for $24,150.
Wow.
$24,150. And finally today, the 67 Ford F350. This is a 1-ton.
Steak truck.
It is a stake bed truck. The stakes aren't on it, but it's a stake bed. Is it a tilt bed? I don't know. You can't tell.
You
There's
never
no
know, though.
indication of that.
It's a 1-ton. You could easily do a hydraulic system on that. How much do you think that truck sold for?
15 grand.
15 grand.
Yeah, probably too high on that. David and Stacy say 5. That's probably closer.
Anybody else?
Yeah, Jeff is 33.
Well, David and Stacy, you win. It's sold for $5,000.
You own a steak truck.
You own it. Yeah, that's it.
What?
You know, but see, if that were me, I would put the stake bed, the stakes on it.
I would put
Wouldn't
a
you?
camper. I'd take that flat off there and I'd build some kind of camper on it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. A big
Yeah.
cab over camper.
Yeah.
Now, what you do, you have one of those.
With a pass-through.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we would have a Mars camper on the back of it, where you step up into the back of it,
Or-
kind of like those nuclear trucks that you see roaming around on the freeway.
Or just leave it flat and put a tent back there. Stake a tent down on it, and there you go.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, you're invited to join us again
They
next
said
week
keep
for
it.
our live show, 10 to noon Central. Listen and watch on inwheeltime.com, Facebook, and YouTube. If you miss it, you'll be able to connect through a podcast from your favorite podcast channel anytime. We're back after this quick break. Be with us. Stay with us.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Loopy Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Loopy Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Loopy Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in Houston. Visit any of the Loopy Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Loopy experience with queso flamiado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Loopy beef and chicken fajitas or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Loopy Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla. Eats pretty good. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show thanks you for 15 wonderful years. Yep, our first show aired May 7th, 2011 on a local radio station. Then it was a move to the digital world and social media, and you followed. Thank you. We continue to build and grow our fan base, and it's all because of you and your auto enthusiast friends. We appreciate your support. It's always great to see you at our remote broadcast, too, and we hope you'll continue to stop by and say hello. It's been a great ride, and we hope to bring you more fun and adventure right here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show.
Great day, I
It
can
is.
tell already.
Yeah.
I feel it in the air.
In the
All
air.
right, as we wrap things up, let's start with Jeff's racing calendar, sponsored by the Texas Muscle Car Club Challenge.
And thank you for that. We've got NHRA going on right now, the 1st to the 3rd, the NHRA Southern Nationals, the Georgia Motorsports Park. All classes, pretty much all the classes are competing, and it's going on right now. Formula One, well, they're back in Miami, and we'll see how that goes. Miami's a good host
Talking
of a
about
race.
Miami.
There you go. So that's going to go on at Formula One. There was testing, I believe, yesterday. Indy is going on the road course at Indianapolis next week, May 9th. So that's going to be next Saturday. They're going to do that. And it's all in prep for the Indy 500. Here we go. NASCAR making history again. They've got their first black female driver. Destiny Spurlock is set to make NASCAR history. Black female driver driving the number 69 truck for MBM Motorsports Garage 66, and she'll be competing at Watkins Glen. She's made her way through the ranks, and they're going to put her in a truck. And then you've got the regular NASCAR boys, of course, where they're in Texas today and tomorrow. Friday they ran the truck race, and that was, where was that? Yeah, it was all in Texas. Everything ran in Texas. I apologize for that. So that's all going on this weekend for NASCAR. And then you've got the NASGrass, the Lone Star Mower Association. They're coming up. They're going to be next week on Mother's Day as well. So that's going to be in Florida.
Let's go down there and watch some racing lawnmowers. All right,
Lawnmowers.
time now for This Week in Auto History, Mr. Mars.
All righty, sir. Got a few things that we saw was we really thought were interesting this week in auto history. You got it, Jeff?
Yep.
All righty. So this week, April the 29th, Oldsmobile built its final vehicle. Now, this closed the chapter that began on 1897 when Ransom E. Olds founded the company. I did not know it, but the cars were originally called Olds, after Ransom E. Olds, automobiles, from the Olds Motor Works up until 1942, and then it just kind of caught on, and it actually became the Oldsmobile. And they were known for being innovators. They introduced the automatic transmissions and several modern production techniques. And at the height, they were selling 1 million cars a year. Now, as General Motors expanded, and being General Motors being what it is, they had problems maintaining a different identity. They kind of got lost in the shuffle. So when they finally closed, they were the oldest American automobile brand still existing. And now that title has passed on to Buick in Jeff's honor.
Thank you.
So on April 30th, prior to World War II, the Rover Car Company was building luxury cars. Now, during the war, the factory got bombed. So restarted after they launched the Land Rover as a rugged utilitarian vehicle, basically focused on agricultural. And the idea was to build these easy to assemble vehicles with aluminum panels, very square, very boxy, for 2 or 3 years, get some money going, get back into the Main Street luxury automobile market. But when they finally did that, they figured out that this Land Rover they were building actually outsold the cars. So they dropped that and focused back on the Land Rover and kept building them since then and created a very historic type vehicle. Next, we have May the 1st. The first Nelson motor car. Now, Nelson was a 29 horsepower car, started in 1917, and they were able to build 10 vehicles per day. Now, this was designed very much like a European style, and it had a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder engine to start with. So, but they began production just before World War I. Of course, timing is everything. And so the E.A. Nelson Auto Company had serious financial issues. So September 1921, the company again filed for bankruptcy, but was permanently closed. So from 1917 to 1921, the company produced 1,028 cars.
Wow.
There is one known preserved car left today.
I like the wing on the back of that convertible.
You like that? Yeah, that's for the high speed. Now, on May the 1st, Ford also introduced a new reduced work week in 1926, and they did a lot. 26. They've done a lot of things to change production models, but this decision was actually made in 1922 when Ford, and they had 8-hour working days, and it was 6 days a week, and it gave them a 48-hour work week. But in 1926, it was announced that they were going to go to a 5 8-hour days, giving a 40-hour work week that is generally considered what we have today. And it started with on May the 1st in 26, the factory workers switched to that 4-day, 40-hour work week, and then the office workers switched thereafter. Then in May the 1st in 1994, Ayrton Senna dies at the Imola F1 Grand Prix. Now, this was really significant because this guy was a real up and comer. He was pretty young, and but during the qualifying runs the day before, there had been a lot of accidents. Roland Ratzenberger died in qualifying in an accident. Now, this really brought a lot of attention to it. This was a friend of his, and he was really focused on it, and it really bothered him. So he was trying to get everything and make sure he could stay as safe as he could, new family, all that. He wanted to make some adjustments to the steering column of his race car the night before the race. No time to rebuild it. So his crew got together and they modified his existing steering column, welded in some pieces to extend it the way he wanted it. Now, things went off. He took off on the race, but anyway, he had an accident, high speed in the corner, crashed, and the steering column is what killed him.
Wow.
Now, there was a lot of information, a lot of investigation. It took years. The first time, the owner of the team and the pit crew were charged with negligence because they welded it and they did not do it properly. Supposedly, the courts found that the accident was caused because of that failure, and so they were all charged. And then later, the courts determined that it wasn't the cause. And then again later, another trial, they decided it was. Nobody actually went to jail or anything, but a lot of people got charged, and it was a very sad thing, and it created a lot of changes in the F1 as far as safety and things go. And again, it was really sad to read as much about it as I did because this guy was really a nice upcomer, it seems.
Tesla has thank you. Tesla tallied up Elon Musk's annual compensation for the first time since shareholders approved his moonshot pay package, and it's a doozy. $158 billion. The bulk of the sales, about $430.1 million, came from doing business with xAI, Musk's artificial intelligence startup. Tesla first disclosed in January. Automaker added this week that it also recognized another $143.3 million in revenue from SpaceX. He ain't doing too bad. And Nissan told U.S. suppliers April 30th that it has dropped plans to build electric vehicles in Mississippi. Ain't happening, ain't no more. In Real Time Car Talk Show, we're going to wrap things up for this week right after this quick break. Stay with us.
Your car is a direct reflection of you, so don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your save the paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your car's finish without a full repaint. Searching for real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors, Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get it protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See this state-of-the-art shop yourself. Free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full-service luxury car care today and online at gcautoshield.com. Gift giving should be meaningful, and we have an idea. a hand-painted custom illustration of your car from one of the nation's leading artists. Now you can get one or a car show poster customized for you, a friend, or a loved one. Bill's Sites will be happy to guide you through the process. No matter what the day, birthday, anniversary, or any day, an Autographics custom illustration adds an extra touch of class to any home. Call Bill today, 832-922-0963. That's 832-922-0963.
Well, that's all for this week's In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Be sure to check us out online at inwheeltime.com. We're always looking for new, informative, and great automotive things to bring to our global audience. If you have an idea, an event, road trip, or tall tale you'd like us to feature, let us know. Our email address is info@inwheeltime.com. When you're searching for award-winning car talk, you can find the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show 24/7 on the In Wheel Time app and website. Grab a podcast from your favorite podcast store. And we video stream our live show every Saturday 10 to noon on Facebook, YouTube, and inwheeltime.com. The In Wheel Time video coordinator is We Always Need More Jeff Zekin. For booking agent and video editor, Michael Out of This World Mars. And let's not forget Chief Engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Thanks to our weekly show contributors, Jeff Heitzman and George Skelton. We hope you'll join us again next week for another live edition of In Wheel Time from our Dual City studios. We'll be on 10 to noon Central Time. Have a great, safe weekend, and so long for now.